Hi girls. Now today I went to my trans family meeting, and for the very first time I was confident, poised, and willing to talk about what I've been going through. It was a really wonderful experience. Oh, FYI, trans family in Ohio is about a group of us getting together and just supporting each other in a very difficult time of our lives, in a very difficult time for the country and the world for that matter, and most importantly, a very difficult transition, either male to female, female to male, or somewhere in between. And it's also there for our families and those who support us. So it was a big deal for me to finally start talking to them. And we went over the various problems we've been through, where we get our supports, and what we've done. And now a lot of us have done a lot of hideously self-destructive things over the years. And one of the things I remember most about this particular meeting was something that our leader said to us. She and her husband run the group, and she said to me that I have changed more than anyone else she's ever seen in her 20 years of running this group. That's big. That's a big compliment, because think about that. She's had 20 years of seeing people completely change everything they are. But I've improved the most in the amount of time she's known me. I mean, I've done the most improving. Let's put it that way. So it's made me think about the changes that this process is putting me through. It's different for everybody, and so I thought I would share what I'm going through, and I'll start with some of the more emotional things, and then I'll do a post about the physical changes. Coffee is a wonderful thing, particularly 10:30 at night when you don't need it. I came from a bad place into this. Like a lot of us, I had anxiety, real bad self-destructive urges, and I had a family that did nothing but make things worse. My family, in fact, was easily the most damaging part of my life, except for the psycho that I left. So I had been having anxiety on a level I can't describe, and you really can't unless you go through it. I was self-destructive. I was with bad people in bad places and doing terrible things. I let myself go. I refused to look at myself. My biggest problem may have been my anger. I was so angry. And I was so angry at everyone for no reason, all the time. And I was nice. I was a good person, and I am. And at that time, all of that was buried underneath the anger and self-hatred. I've broken things that I valued for years in a single moment of just raw, blazing fury. There were times I don't even remember what I did because I was so mad. And I let people get away with a lot of things. I let so many things happen to me. And I put myself through things saying I was helping others, when in reality all I was doing was trying to hurt myself. That's changed. In only 4 months of hormones, my body has changed the way my soul is expressed. It's a wonderful feeling. I'm not angry. I I don't yell and scream. It's a wonderful thing. I'm not self-destructive. In fact, I'm constructive. I'm building. I'm moving forward. I have a home. And for someone who spent a good part of a year homeless, that means a lot. I have a future. And for someone who thought she never would, that's big. Simple things like being able to say she, because I hated to say he when I talked about myself. I hated so many things. I hated my old name. I hated, um, that's the thing, I hated. And I put family members on pedestals, especially my mother, because I thought if I had a family, I would be a person. I thought if I was popular, I would be a person. If I was just a good enough boy, I would be a person. And that was the biggest issue, is I was never a person in my own eyes. I wouldn't let myself be successful. I suffered from massive anxiety attacks that completely destroyed my life. It cost me 2 cars, a home, a career. But, you know, it's all in the past and I see it that way. There's no more obsessing over the negative or feeling incomplete. I don't have to defend myself against myself anymore. I can make use of my time. I'm not constantly trying to find a way of filling a void because that void is filled. I get to spend the rest of my life as a person. Its meaning is almost beyond words. It's almost beyond comprehension. I think it's bigger than a lot of religious and spiritual moments. To become a person, it's like, you know, it's a cheesy term to say born again, but it's like your soul is born. It's like the missing piece came home. And that's been the biggest change emotionally, is having this peace and this knowledge that I am the woman I've always been meant to be and that I never got to express. In some ways, I think I'm lucky because I do get to experience life as both a boy and a girl. Though to tell the truth, I was never a boy, not in the classic sense. I think I'll do a third in this series of changes. One about where I came from and the signs I saw. This is just part one. Explain to you how I've emotionally grew from this. The next part is going to be the physical changes. And they're interesting. I love you all, and I'm really pleased that I can share this experiences with you. Blessed be. Bye.